Hello, it's Jason Thompson of Emergency Products and Research coming to you today from Assateague National Seashore in Maryland. Actually going to be going over traction splinting today. The first segment I'm going to do today is I'm going to talk a little bit about our Simulaids traction trainer. We've actually added that to the to our arsenal of training within the last 30 days, and it has really changed things for us significantly. One of the things that we are able to offer now is real visualization and the ability to develop muscle memory, which is required to truly understand what is traction, what does traction feel like, what does tension feel like, and what is the difference between 5 pounds and 15 pounds, and how do I achieve that, and what does it feel like? So the traction splint trainer is really a really cool concept. It has is a digital display that shows you the amount of pounds that you're pulling. It also has an audible, to actually give you an audible alert whenever you're in range or out of range when you're pulling traction. It actually has a distal femur fracture, so you can actually feel the displacement upon palpation. It's actually off to the side of the leg. It's an amazing tool, and we highly recommend that you add these to your training programs. It will make a world of difference in actually helping your medics and your paramedics, your BLS and your ALS, and especially with search and rescue, ski patrol, and your spelunking crews, and all those guys who are out there in the daily business of pulling people out of really serious situations. It really helps you to stay sharp. And for those who rarely, or maybe sometimes may never ever come across a femur fracture, it gives you the ability to train quarterly or biannually on a device as part of your regular program. So again, we highly recommend that you add this to your training. You will find that it really gives you a whole another perspective on traction splinting. So again, just a little quick overview. We have at the up where the torso should be, you have a section here where you can see that we have this digital readout, and allows you to do select between 50 pounds, 100 pounds, 150 pounds, 200 pounds, and then 250 pounds. And what it does is it has a motor in there with a giant spring assembly, as I understand. Then what the motor does is it actually ratchets back that spring, so you actually get the tension as close to replicating the actual sized person. So if you're at 250 pounds, the amount of traction you're going to be pulling against is simulated of a femur belonging to a 250 pound male or female. And so what we do is, we understand right now that the appropriate amount of traction necessary to achieve reduction is 10% of body weight up to 150 pounds. So how that works is, if you're a 50-pound patient, you're only going to apply, or you only need to apply, in theory, 5 pounds of traction. At 100 pounds, 10 pounds of traction. At 150 pounds, you're doing 15 pounds of traction, and that's where it stops. So therefore, at 200 pounds, 250 pounds, 300 pounds, you're only doing 15 pounds of traction. And that's really where it comes down to is, well, if I'm only doing 15 pounds of traction, how do I know what 15 pounds feels like? How do I know what 10 pounds feels like? And to be quite honest, we've worked with rigs where, we've used fishing scales, and we've used all kinds of different spring mechanisms that have scales built into it for us to kind of understand the feel. But I've never had anything like the Simulaids traction splint trainer to really give us that feel of realism and actually validation of the devices we're using. So again, I know that the sun's really bright here. You're probably not able to see a whole lot. And so if you need better photos or better images of what we're looking at here, I can get you those. Just let me know. You can email at jasont@epandr.com. So that's jasont@epandr.com, and I'll make sure you get the photos that you need. We'll be back to you later in a moment, with the improved traction device we call the ITD, the optimum traction device, which we call the OTD, and the newest member of our family being the Mustang traction splint. So we'll be going over the differences of each, and then we'll be doing a special segment on the Mustang itself. The Mustang is the newest member of our family, and I'm going to talk a little bit about its evolution since we introduced it at SOMA, which is the Special Operations Medical Association, their scientific symposium in Tampa in December, and the field research that we've done, the trials, essentially, if you want to call them that, focus groups that have been conducted. I'll go into that as to the extent that I'm able to. Anyway, today, this is the traction splint trainer from Simulaids, and if you guys want more information about how to add it to your program, please let me know. I'll love to help you out and make sure you're introduced to the right people. Again, it's Jason Thompson from Emergency Products and Research, jasont@epandr.com, and you can reach me at 330-673-5003 or directly at 610-357-3226. Thank you very much. Bye.